Uncle Sri Ramanathan. As many of you know, Uncle Ramanathan is the regional central coordinator of the Satya Sai organization, Australia and Papua New Guinea.
What about putting the lights on?
That's right.
Pronounced to the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Sai Ram. This week, in most parts of the world, the 76th birthday of Bhagavan is celebrated by Sai centers and Sai devotional groups. What is the spiritual significance of this celebration? To pay homage to Bhagavan, to admire, adore, and above all, to respect and appreciate his philosophy. There is another spiritual significance of this birthday celebration. This could best be illustrated by referring to the garland normally hung round the picture of Swami in functions of this nature. The garland has two openings and it is hung on the picture. One opening represents the birth of an individual. Once a child is born, it cries loud. There is sorrow that the child is now come to the earth. Thereafter, the garland has different flowers, leaves with different textures and fragrance, all signifying the life's journey. And at the other end of the garland is the exit or the death of a person. Now, birthdays of this occasion is to inform us that we are fortunate in being in this Sai world, understanding the philosophy of Sai, which indicates that we are having a rebirth. So the end of the garland signifies a rebirth of every one of you, meaning we are improving in our consciousness of understanding the purpose of our life. When we are born, we are endowed with good consciousness as well as self-consciousness. The journey in the Sai mission is the expansion of this consciousness as it grows, as it expands. Our understanding of the reality of our very existence gets revealed when we begin to realize that there is no separateness between God and us, that we are all one. God and I am one. Now, to understand this principle, Satya Sai's mission has been established. It will be best to understand the doctrine of avatarhood. The doctrine can be set forth in a simple manner. It is the growth of consciousness that expands to such an extent that there is a complete transformation or rebirth of every soul. That is to say, as Swami would put it, you are one with Brahman to the real source. Now it will be necessary for us to remember that there are 9 ways of devotion which all of us are expected to adhere to. They are, firstly, listening, sarvanam, meaning that the first thing to learn is to listen. Listen not only to discourses of Swami, but also when you meet another person and when another person begins to talk, learn the art of listening to the other person, remembering he is another soul just as you are. The second part is singing or kirtanam, meaning bhajans, devotional singing, an essential part of devotion. Then we have the principle of love. That is to say, firstly, we love ourselves. We must love every individual we come across, because love binds the entire universe, which is the principle of oneness of mankind. Then we have contemplation, which is very necessary for any person in the Sai mission, to always contemplate of what is happening. We also have what one may call self-surrender. surrender to your own self. There is a misapprehension that you are surrendering yourself to Swami. Swami and you are one, that's his principle, and hence you are in fact surrendering to your own self, to your own consciousness. So these parts of devotion has to be understood. After all, the entire basis of the Sai, of Saiism, if I might say so, is truth and righteousness, which, as Swami puts it, Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara. That means always speak truth, understand the truth, the reality that you and God are one, and the other is to practice in every sphere of activity righteousness. These are the foundations of the Sai mission. In this connection, I would like to say, when you pray, you should not pray for secular things, for material things. You are expected only to pray for grace. Grace covers all what you want. So our prayer, day in and day out, must only to have the grace. The grace of God. God manifests only in human form, as no one can see God with one's naked eye. So we have to see God in a human being. And for us here, we see Satya Sai as our God. As much as he is a reflection of ourselves. So, in order to show you the potency of grace, Swami has narrated a story of a student in Prasanthi Nilayam who had to sit for an examination, and he was a good student, always done well, and on one of the exam papers, when he got out of his home, he saw an old man, an elderly person, tottering and finding it difficult to reach the hospital. This fellow immediately, the young student, helped him to get to the hospital. And as the old man was dragging on, time was going off. And by the time they arrived at the hospital and he was admitted and everything done, it was past 10 o'clock. The boy could not attend the examination scheduled. However, he was unhappy, but he remembered the principle of Swami, happiness at all times. Well, he went to darshan. Swami came up to him and inquired, "How is your exam?" And he said, "Swami, I missed it because I had to help an old fellow to get up to the hospital." Then Swami said, "You have got grace marks and you have done well in your exam. and you are passing the exam. What Swami did, we don't know. But the fact remains, the boy without sitting for the exam had passed the exam. Of course, this is not the first occasion when Swami has given his grace for those who serve him and for those who are genuinely involved in service. Now, of course, you know the earlier story of how he helped his classmates to pass their exams. I'm not suggesting that you should rely on grace alone. Of course, those young people who sit for the exam must obviously do their best and be in time. But the fact is, grace is what we should pray for. Many people want to put flowers to Swami's picture. So much of money is being expended on flowers. We love flowers, we like flowers, we like to deck the altar with flowers, and that will continue. But Swami has said, you should give the flower of your heart, which you should do every day. Flower of your heart. Flower of your sense control. For flower of your compassion. Flower of your happiness. Flower of your peace. Flower of your self-surrender. All these flowers reach me faster than the real flower you put before my picture. Now you will notice Satya Sai. In order to understand him, he says, it is not necessary for you to go to Prasanthi Nilayam as we often do. The distance of so many kilometers makes no difference to me. You have to remember, apart from his constantly saying that he is in you, that he is around you, he is before you and after you. He has shown that this is not a vain statement, that this is a fact statement, a statement of fact, because many instances we know of which what he said is really true. That is why he says, not only should you follow what I say, but remember, if you do, you will then begin to experience me. So in other words, distance is not the ground of his caring for you. Once you have surrendered yourself, he says he is bound to assist you. Of course, bearing in mind the usual rule of your karma. So in other words, if your karma is good, you will notice the grace is good and the relief and the remedy in trouble is good, not otherwise. Therefore, this day is a day for all of us to celebrate that we are reborn in the Sai mission, beginning to understand ourselves and leading to a worthy life of joy and happiness and finally to merge. May I end by saying there are people think moksha, nirvana, the kingdom of heaven is somewhere far distant. Swami has told us it is here and now in this earth. And it is not, the kingdom of heaven is not a place of rest or rest in peace. It's a place of great activity which will change and transform your very being. May I wish all of you all the best on this occasion. Sai Ram.